feeling 100% now? Is there any residual pain from Silverstone?
110.
Do you think Lewis knew what he was doing? Do you think he knew he was causing a risk of a serious accident there?
I mean, the outcome I think he didn't expect, but I think he definitely misjudged the speed of entering in such a tight angle into that corner, and that's why he understeered wide. Of course, I don't think he meant to, of course, make me crash in such a fashion, but that's of course not for me to answer. But nevertheless, of course, I didn't score any points, which is the worst about it, all of it. Well, it's just I think the penalty was not severe enough for what he caused. You know, if we would have touched, you know, you spin and you continue the race, is a different scenario. But when you crash your main rival out and you gain so many points back, I don't think that's correct.
Are you feeling?
And especially, I really don't think I did anything wrong there. Of course, I race hard. People mistake it with racing aggressive. But if I would be really aggressive, I would have just pushed him into the wall on the inside, you know. But I did leave him space to go there and commit to it. And as soon as I realized he was going for it, I started to open up my corner to the left, and expecting, of course, that he would be and stay in that inside, but not understeer that wide, because I did leave quite a lot of space in the apex of the corner. And yeah, of course, then with the outcome, with everything, that we also have to focus ahead now and you know, just try to have a good weekend. And especially
just on a personal level, I know he rang you. In any way, has that given an explanation for why he celebrated the way he did after the race, which you described as unsportsmanlike at the time? Do you still feel that now?
Yes, well, I do, with the not only just the celebration, but also the team, their side, their team, how they celebrated it like it was a world championship win. I don't think you can do that when you just caused such a crash and the guy has to go to hospital for checks. I mean, if it would be the other way around, I definitely would deserve a kicking, and my dad would tell me that. I know that's how I grew up. You cannot do these kind of things, so that's why I thought it was.
What a roller coaster ride of emotions. A lot of anger after the shunt with Max, and then
what was that
just
anger?
Had to bury it and just progress forward. You know.
What was your anger?
Huh?
What was the anger?
I just don't feel like he needs to be as aggressive as he is, and you know, we're going down to turn 6, and there's bumping wheels with me, you know, and but it's cool because there's footage of old Formula 1 great drivers bumping wheels in a straight, and so I'm sure it looks cool and everything. But I tried to give him space, but I was quite a long way up in the inside into 9, and none of us backed out. And that was the end result. But I took the penalty, of course, and it's never one person's fault. It's always a balance of the two. I don't feel anything now. I just channel it into my driving, which I did, and I'm so proud that I was able to do that in front of the crowd.
Emotions are running high at Red Bull. Christian Horner's been pretty outspoken in his response to it. Yeah, and I get that because obviously his driver's in hospital. You know, it was a big shunt, 50G shunt for him. Does it take any?
I didn't know he was in hospital.
Yeah, he's in hospital now. Just precautionary checks. It's never how you want a race to play
Absolutely
out.
not. Absolutely
and therefore, does it take a bit of the shine off it for you, knowing that?
Honestly, no, it doesn't. This is racing, and of course, I would love to be able to race and for us to leave one another space, and there is plenty of space on the track for us to get around and manage for a long time without colliding with someone. But when someone's just too aggressive, these things are bound to happen. And there's not a single driver here that doesn't know how aggressive a driver could be. And so yeah, there's not really much more for me to say. I hope he's okay, because of course I would love to have a wheel-to-wheel race battle for the whole race. I enjoy racing with him, and I'm looking forward, but I would never back down from anyone, and I would, you know, naturally would not be bullied into being less aggressive. I think today, this weekend, we needed the points, and there was a gap, he left a gap, and I went for it.
And he certainly breathed life into this championship. Just 7 points the difference between you guys now going into Hungary. Do you expect any backlash, though? Do you expect them to come out fighting even harder now? I mean, it just ramps it up a bit.